Guys, Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. I hope everybody had a very nice, enjoyable, relaxing, happy, safe Labor Day weekend. Goodbye to August, hello September, and it was a rough start to the month for me because I made a rookie mistake. I violated a rule that is one of the very first rules that you will learn as a trader once you get into once you start your career and once you begin trading. It's really one of the first things that you learn, and it is to not fight the trend. Okay, I got hurt today trying to short Tilray, TLRY. These marijuana stocks have been unbelievably strong, and I am fighting momentum by shorting this stock today. I'm going to go over the trade with you. This is more of a mental lesson video because let me take you to a daily chart on Tilray, guys. I mean, just look at this. Look at this chart. I mean, this is just insane. The valuation that these marijuana stocks, especially Tilray, are trading at right now is just, it's not sustainable. But you know, it's shame on me for trying to fight the trend and try to pick when the trend is going to reverse and try to pick the top and really getting in the way of this momentum, which this momentum is just insane. The stock was at $30 just a couple weeks ago. Here we are sitting at 77. It's just crazy. High of the day, 78. I think it's extremely overvalued, but I'm not willing to sit here while the stock goes to 78, 80, 85, 90. I mean, where's the top? Okay, where do you give it to? It eventually will put that top in. The trend eventually will change. The stock will pull back. It'll probably have 2 or 3 real big red candles on the daily chart, but not yet. And I can't sit here and try to pick the top and pick the precise moment that the trend is going to change to get this thing on the short side. I'm fighting the trend, and one of the early things that you learn is the trend is your friend, and I paid the price today short at 72. I covered my position at 76. Add on top of that the fee to get the borrow on the stock because it's hard to borrow. I got hurt today shorting Tilray. Okay, I still think that I'm going to be looking to short this when it finally cracks, but instead of trying to pick the top, it might be best waiting for that red candle, waiting for that bearish candle on the daily chart, and then catch the backside flush rather than trying to get, day one of that move. And that's what I tried to do today. So let's get into the trade itself. I'll tell you what it was that I was thinking. I've been shorting. I shorted Tilray last week, and I actually figured out how to make a way to make money. I shorted it on the 28th. In here, I made a little bit of money. Okay, I shorted it in here. I made a little bit of money, and then I shorted it in here, and I made a little bit of money. But both times, I didn't cover the whole position because I was looking for the crack rollover. And you can see this day we gapped up. This day we rallied to the close and I covered my position, and this day we rallied to the close and I covered my position. So even though I made money to the short side on those, it was very small because the trade has not triggered, and just by taking calculated risk and sticking to my stop losses, I was able to actually come out of those trades profitable, even though the stock ended up going higher in the subsequent days to follow. Now today you had the big gap up day, and we had this big blow off move that took us all the way up into the high 70s, and then we had this big flush. Okay, this is a 15-minute chart. You had that big pullback. At the time, it was putting in a bearish candle on the daily chart, and this company CRON came out announcing that they are shorting the stock. Right, that's when that flush happened. This is the same company that attacked CRON. Okay, let's go to CRON. And you can see this day that CRON had this huge collapse. Okay, the company came out with a bash piece on CRON, said they were short. They were on TV talking about how overvalued it was and how they were short. And then the company came out and they announced that they were shorting Tilray today and saying that the company is overvalued at this valuation. So you got that quick flush. I thought, okay, maybe that's a catalyst that might start to wake people up. Some profit taking kicks in, and we might start to see this thing pull itself back in. So after that flush, I said, let me look to see if VWAP is resistance now, because if you look earlier in the day, VWAP was support. Okay, so after this flush on the bounce back, I said, okay, I'm going to expect a support right around the low of the day. Okay, we got that right there. There's your bounce, and I'm saying, let me see if VWAP is resistance. Once VWAP held resistance right there, okay, I got short inside that red candle right there in front of VWAP. That's where I initiated the short position right at $72. I'll take you to my trade announcements. Here you guys see a 1235 short Tilray at 72, stop loss 74.50. There's actually two mistakes that I made today, guys. Both are, kind of beginner mistakes. One is fighting the trend, and the second is not sticking to my stop loss. Okay, you can see on my trade announcement, my stop loss was 74.50 area. I didn't cover the position until 76, as you can see here at 1:51 p.m. I originally had planned on stopping out around 74.50, but I held it an extra $1.50 up to 76 when I covered the position. I didn't cover this position, guys, until right there. Okay, so it was very frustrating. I should have covered this position right here, and that would have saved me a decent chunk of change on $1.50 a share. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to what I was thinking about there. I was looking for us to then roll over off of VWAP, okay, down towards the low of the day, and then I was going to eventually add to the position if we got down towards 70. And I was looking for the stock to then roll itself over in the afternoon, okay, and eventually make its way down towards like this this gap up, and that was going to be kind of my take profit area. That's what I was looking for. Okay, did not happen. The stock did not crack. Just did an about face turnaround. Ended up making a new high in the day, all the way up to 78. All right, so I am kind of driving myself crazy on this Tilray. I've been trying to short it so many times, and it just keeps on churning higher. So I have to stop trying to fight the trend. I need to, do not short into front side strength, guys. It's very dangerous shorting into front side strength because you can't clearly identify where your stop loss is. Wait, short into backside weakness. Okay, wait for the stock to crack and then get short. Okay, you have it's much lower risk than if you're shorting into front side strength. What I mean by front side strength, if you shorted Tilray like right here, that's shorting into front side strength. The stock is pushing itself higher, just broke through highs. You don't know where your stop loss would be if you got short right there, because you don't have a high of the day to say, okay, that's going to be my stop loss. Okay, that would be shorting into front side strength. Getting short here is shorting into backside weakness, because you see the stock, bang, there's your collapse. You have resistance at VWAP. Look for it to roll. That's the difference between shorting into front side strength and backside weakness. Yes, you'll get a higher price on the short, shorting into front side strength, but it's a more risky play. Okay, if you can't identify where that stop loss is going to be, especially on a stock like Tilray that is trading at all-time highs, you have no resistance level to look at. Okay, so shorting into front side strength on these marijuana plays at all-time highs is very dangerous. All right, wait for that backside weakness. I made that mistake today of fighting the trend and not sticking to my stop loss, and it cost me. All right, so even, I've been trading, well over a decade, 13, 14 years, okay, that I've been trading, and you still make rookie mistakes. Okay, it's part of the game, but you have to recognize those mistakes when you make them and make sure that you correct the mistake and don't let it happen again. All right, so I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.